Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment. So said Neville Goddard, one of the finest philosophers, teachers of all times. And I'm currently reading a lot of literature from him, using it in my workshops, in my one-on-one coaching sessions, in my seminars. And I'm seeing amazing results, not just in my own life, but also in the life of all the people who I am facilitating. Hi everyone, this is Ashwini Chube once again on Help Talks for all of you, bringing up an amazing topic which is blowing up my mind, and I'm sure it will blow up your mind too. Because this topic is something which goes way beyond, a little bit beyond the law of attraction, and that is the law of assumption. Let me tell you, before before hearing about this law of assumption, I had read a bit about it in the book Secret, where Rhonda Byrne speaks about something which Neville Goddard gave as a technique. Where in the book Secret, there is a part where Rhonda Byrne explains that Neville Goddard always gave this technique to everyone, which is one step in addition to the law of attraction, which is every night before you go to sleep, think of all the events that happened in the day. And if something happened which did not go as per your wish, simply think of it as if it has already happened, which means just rewire your brain, replay the whole event in your head as if it has happened in your favor. For example, if you went for an interview and you goofed up, you didn't answer it correctly, you forgot something, and don't go to bed with the same thought. Instead, again, reimagine the scene and imagine that you answered the questions well, and the people who were the interview panel said that Mr. XYZ, wow, you have really done well, and we are going to hire you right away. And this can change the frequency of a lot of things and can change your thoughts too. So today's topic is the law of assumption. This is something which has changed lives of millions of people across the globe. And we are going to talk about this topic with me, Ashwini Chube. Hi, I'm Ashwini Chube, founder of Unicorn Insight, which is my brand, through which I carry out my one-on-one personal transformation coaching sessions, transformational workshops. I'm also an Access Consciousness Bars facilitator and an Access Consciousness CFMW, through which, because of these international certifications, I can take up Access Bars classes as well as Access Consciousness classes. In addition to that, I'm a life transformation coach and I work with a lot of modalities. I mix a lot of modalities and I give my own personalized product to each and every person who wishes to transform their life. I'm also a Reiki Grandmaster, an energy healer, and a lot more. But in today's topic, what are we talking about and what is this law of assumption? Have you all heard about the law of assumption? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. The law of assumption is one of the very powerful laws of nature. It's a very powerful tool which can change your life positively, and it uses your states of mind to manifest your inner desires. It was proposed by American philosopher Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard and his literature, even if you simply type it on the search engine or on any of the informations found online, you will discover tremendous literature through Neville Goddard. I heard this name, as I said, when I read the book The Secret the first, but it took me almost 11 years or maybe 12 years to be here where I'm actually using this law in my life, and it has been changing a lot of things, and I'm sure a lot is unfolding too. Over the last 12, 13 years on my journey, from the day when I first held the book The Secret in my hand, way back in 2009, the whole journey has been a transformational experience. And you might have heard me talk about several modalities, lot other topics. But what brings me to talk about this beautiful topic today? So the law of assumption says that, so understand it is not a conventional law like the law of gravity. Many people also call it pseudoscience, but I always believe that, see, if we keep looking at whether it will work or not, we will not be able to make the use of all these amazing things which these amazing philosophers have shared. So my point to all the skeptics who are watching is try it and see. And who knows, it might work on you. It has been working for me. We will talk about the different points when we apply this law. So a bit about Neville Goddard and a bit about this law. So Neville Lancelot Goddard was an American philosopher, and he's also been an author. You might find a lot of his audio lectures online. He was born in 1905 and he continued to give his sessions all the times for the longest period of time. I feel Neville Goddard was in the first wave of light workers, or I would rather say even before the first wave of light workers came up, and his literature has created, even in 2022, his literature is amazing and will definitely hear a lot of shifts when you start applying the laws. So what is the law of assumption? Coming to the law of assumption. Law of assumption is a means of manifesting your desires. Many of you might be saying that, Ashwini, law of attraction, you spoke about it. I know a lot of my friends tell me that, initially law of attraction work करता है, बाद में it doesn't work. आप जो बोलते हो कि law of attraction work होता है, हमेशा वो work नहीं होता. And what can I do about it? Is it a hoax? Is it a quack? I hear all of these things. And my simple principle is, you will continue to keep creating it the more you stay tuned to the law. And one of the most powerful reasons why this law doesn't work, or the law of attraction doesn't work, we are not talking about the law of assumption yet, but why the law of assumption doesn't work? It doesn't work because you do not tune into the states of mind. You will, in order to receive what you would like to manifest. For example, the law of attraction says ask, believe, receive. But your state of mind doesn't reflect that energy. And that's the reason you do not end up manifesting it. So the law of assumption says, we are talking about the law of assumption now. Law of assumption says that when you are manifesting something, what is important is your state of mind and the feeling of those desires, that the desires are already achieved, which means those desires, those wishes, those asks, those aspirations have been already fulfilled. We have to reach that state of mind. Now you will ask me, how will that happen if my desire is not yet here? And my answer is, okay, then you don't act as if it is fulfilled. Many people tell me that, how is it possible to be positive when your desires are not happening? And my answer is, it is just a choice. You have to choose to change your state of mind, and then your manifestation will be right there in front of you. Neville Goddard explains that to achieve a desired goal, to achieve something which you truly, truly, truly desire, it is all about having your state of mind rather than your ask, believe, receive, or taking action. I know people who have been doing things, they're taking actions, they're doing everything consciously possible, but their state of mind is still at the state of that they don't have the desire, and they are so much in the victim zone. And oh my god, there are stories which people say, oh, my life is like this, it's happening this way. But my answer to you is, are you really tuning into the frequency of the desire being fulfilled? If not, it's never going to happen. Please understand that. So what are some of the basic principles of law of assumption? I'm going to, this is again, with every topic I say this, all the topics are vast, they are beautiful, and there is so much to study. But especially for these talks, I'm trying to make it as concise as possible. So what are some of the steps of application of this law? The first important point is clarity of what do you want in life. No half-heartedness. What is it that you would like to create? If it is a particular job, if it is a particular relationship, if it is a particular health issue, you have to continuously be aware of what is it that you would like. Don't give half-hearted asks. Don't say that I want this, but if I will not get that, so I will set up for this. No, you are not going to really manifest anything in that case. So that is the first point, is having clarity of what is it that you would truly like. Clarity of mind. Second, belief. Your belief creates everything. When I talk about all modalities, I always tell people that if you believe it, everything will happen. And if you do not, it does not. Because it is your mind and your belief which will create what you truly desire. Subconsciously, people have a lot of limiting beliefs which do not let them manifest it. You might have seen my previous talks, whether it was my talk on believe in yourself, whether it was my talk on access consciousness, where we use the tools to release everything that doesn't serve us. I also spoke about reclaiming your gold self, where I spoke about what kind of work do we need to do in order to work on those beliefs. So belief is important. And if you are having limiting beliefs, I'm sorry, it's not going to come to you. Thirdly, a positive outlook, which means you have to believe that the whole universe is conspiring in your favor. You need to believe in the good. You need to believe that good things are happening. Even when things don't go well, you have to believe that things are still working out in your favor. And there is a lot of inner work required to do that. So please do that inner work. Connect to a coach, ask for support, but make sure you keep your mind positive and your vibrations high. See, everything is vibration. If you're going to continuously feel grief, sadness, shame, blame, victimhood, your vibrations are always going to be low. If you're always going to use others as punching bag and you're always going to be in the victim zone, you are not going to create. It's very important to have a positive outlook and a high state of vibration. Next, and very important, and this is the crux of the law of assumption, which is assume and feel. See, the focus of the law of assumption is realizing that all your desires have a feeling connected to it. So in order to assume, you must get into the state of that feeling where you feel that your emotions are equivalent to how you would feel when your things will work out for you. That is important. And that's the reason I always keep talking about live in the state of joy. Joy is the key to manifest everything, my friends. Joy is the highest frequency. And then there is one more point which Neville Goddard speaks about, which is brazen impudence. What is brazen impudence? Brazen impudence means not taking no for an answer. Every time you face a rejection, maybe it is a job interview, maybe it is business, maybe it is opportunities, maybe it is travel, maybe it is relationships. But every time you receive a no, stay on the path until the no becomes yes. And that is exactly the power of brazen impudence, which means I do not take no for an answer. It, of course, as I always say, to reach that state of mind, you need a lot of inner work. See, when I'm talking about it with ease, with so much ease, it is because for the past 11, 12 years, I've been working on myself. I've been working on all the points which, all my limiting beliefs. I've worked on the limiting beliefs. I've worked on my vibration, and I continue to do it. After becoming a coach, when I coach my clients, when I coach or when I do healing therapies for clients, at the same time, I do not forget my own inner work. And if you have to get to this point where you are consistently what we call as ziddi or brazen impudence, the inner work is necessary. And taking no for an answer is the root to the law of assumption. Now, where do most people fail to apply the law of assumption? So if you're watching me right now and you might have some questions in your mind, why do people fail? It is because they do not maintain the feeling of their aim long enough. They are constantly going up and down in their vibration. So work on your vibration, guys. It's very important to work on your vibrations. Persist and be there. Do not let, second and most important point, do not let the physical world convince them that it is not realistic or possible for them. We all have those friends. See, I'm not going to call them toxic or anything. We all have realistic friends. And they tell you that I'm showing you the reality. But my message to all of you, if you really want to manifest something, do not pay attention to those friends. You don't need to do that. You only need to have faith in your own assumption. Do not let anyone convince you that you cannot have your desire. I know when I look back now, for some things which did not work out for me, which did not manifest for me, I believed a lot in the world when people told me that, Ashwini, it is not going to happen. And I believed in them and I created that reality because I gave more power to them than to my own assumption. But now when I look back and now when I learn those lessons, today I know that when I work on my desires now, I do not let anyone walk me out of my dreams, of my desires. I do not let anyone convince me that it is not possible to have what I truly want. Instead, you take back your power and put yourself on what Neville calls a strict mental diet, where you only, what is a mental diet? Mental diet is only giving attention to the thoughts which add fuel to your own assumption rather than someone who contradicts it. So put yourself on a strict mental diet and only allow your preferred experience of the world to influence your assumption, to hold about yourself, to hold that feeling and use techniques like continuously visualizing and assuming and living in that end result, living in that joy, that exuberance, that glory of life, and anything which does not honor that, we are going to just release it right now. So that was about the law of assumption. Long topic. I've tried to make it as easy as possible, as short as possible, as beautiful as possible. And in my breakthrough manifestation workshop, we actually work on this. So this is one of the topics which I teach in my breakthrough manifestation workshop. And also in my, of course, one-on-one coaching sessions. This is something which people love to work on. And as I always say, the healing happens in layers. And to come to this state too, you need to have a state of mind. So work on all of that and make sure that you always use the law of assumption for your highest goods, for your highest good. And do not let anyone talk you out of your dreams. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to book a personalized session with me online, in person, write to me at inbox.unicorninsight@gmail.com, or you could get in touch with me on ashwini.chube@unicorninsight.com. The inbox is usually handled by my team. So in case I'm not available, my team will definitely reply to you. I look forward to coaching all of you who are watching me sometime and to meet you sometime in person. And I hope this talk adds a lot of value to your life. To know more about me, log on to my website www.unicorninsight.com. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, bye. See you.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.